What's up everyone, Arif here, and I got asked to help somebody with their forecasting assignment. Like I said, I will always help you guys if they put out a new version, and you can see here they've updated the year and they've also updated the forecaster assistant. Instead of it being an analyst or a consultant, it is now an AI. Well, that's enough changes for me to do an update video, so let's get right into it. The goal of this game is to, well, forecast petrol sales. You have regular, medium, and mid-grade gas. You have your MAPE here, which is your forecasting mean absolute percent. And you want to keep this under 10%, or under 11% actually. And that actually is a big difference, so I'll touch on that here in a second. But you'll see these emails, phone calls, and text messages. All of these are absolutely pointless. They have no bearing on the game whatsoever. This email here tells you the objective of the game. So your MAPE below 25 means you won't get renewed. Under 10 means you get a $10,000 bonus. 11 to 25 means you get renewed, but you don't get a bonus. And then there's just useless fluff here. The only other thing you want to know about is it says here the gas sales across are 80% regular, 15% mid-grade, 5% premium. And every 10-cent increase is a decrease in sales of 1 to 3%. I don't see any actual bearing on this in any meaningful way. Once you recognize the pattern of gas sales, this doesn't mean anything. And then you have your Ask an Expert, which is funny because it's now an AI, but this used to be a person. And the only other thing that matters is if we scroll to the bottom of one of these, where the hell is it? Ah, here it is. You'll see seasonal forecast for monthly demand. We're going to copy all of this. Not copy the entire game, just copy this. We're going to copy this and we're just going to sit here and paste it into Excel. And I'm going to touch on this here when we get started. So give me a sec here. Let me just paste that in and I'll move this off to the side. Next, we have our text messages. Also has no bearing on the game, so don't care about that. Now, let's get into this. We see here we have the last 6 months of sales. And this is cool because it tells you how much volume was sold of each. You can see here we got regular, mid-grade, and premium, which breaks down to that 80, 15, and 5. But what we care about is January. Now, we have December sales, which is cool, and we want to keep the factor. We know that the factor from last year in January was under 1. So you can have 1, which is our baseline. You can have over 1 or under 1. So we know in January, we are expecting lesser sales than in the summer months. Not exactly what I would call normal, but we're going to roll with it anyway. Now we're going to take the pattern that we see here. We can see that there's a decreasing line of sales going from July, from the summer into the fall and into the winter. And last year we sold 8,591 gallons, I guess, of gas. We're just going to call it gas. I don't care about the unit of measurement. And then coming in down here, we have our make a forecast. This is where we're going to make our predictions. And you can see your past decisions. This will come in handy into the second year. And we can ask our AI 3 times. That's cool. And then here is just going to be the readout for our game score. Now, like I said up top here, we sold 8,591, we sold 1611, and we sold 537 premium. Let's start with 537 premium. That number looks like it's been pretty stable, all things considered. It fluctuates, appears by, you know, tens. Well, here it fluctuated by, yeah, what was that? 5, yeah, that's by 10. That's 11. That's, yeah, it's not that bad. So let's start with this, and we're gonna put this at, let's start this off at 525. Is that gonna be what we want? What was it before? It was in January, from December to January, we see that January actually had an increase in sales. So this was what, 537? Let's call this 540. Let's call it 540. Now our mid-grade, we had 1611. Previous month we had 1580. Month before that 1700, and then 1900. So down to, up 1. I would feel comfortable saying 1685. And then for regular, we can just see it's a downward trending graph. We have 84, then we have 84, 85, but let's call it, because January had a higher factor than December did. So let's call it 8,700. And let's click submit. the first month will pass through. And here we'll get our readout. So we see right here at the top here, our MAPE is 15%, meaning we super fucked up. This is a bad call. We did not nail this. And then here you'll get your readout of your demand and your forecasting. So we can see we said 87, actual number was 76. So we've really screwed up there. And then we can compare the month to month. So 85. Okay, so January had a far lesser month than December. Okay, so we're going to carry that through. We weren't super far off on our mid-grade, although mid-grade was still down. And premium was also down. Okay, so let's readjust the model. And this time we're going to say 76. So I would feel very comfortable at 7,700. We're going to say our mid-grade is going to be 1425. I want to undershoot the mid-grade and the premiums, and I want to slightly, ever so slightly overshoot the regular. 477, let's call it 477. Okay, let's try this again. Okay. And 13.8. Okay, so we brought it down. That's already a good sign right there. We're already making progress. Now, the thing I was talking about this earlier is they say you have to keep it under 10%. No, to get your bonus, you need to keep it under 11%, meaning 10.0 to 10.99. The system still calculates that as a success. You just want the number to start with the number 10. If it gets to 11, then you only get renewed without your bonus. In this month range, you can also select your forecasting and you can see all your predictions. I like to work off the 6-month for now, and then I'll move to the 12-month later on. But this month we had a demand of 87. Last month was 76. And we forecasted 77. We had a demand of 87. Okay. So this month, let's do 88.50. And then how did we do for mid-grade? 1425, we sold 1600. So let's call that 1700. And then we're going to do our premium at 477. We sold 574, 547. So let's do 580. Okay. And try it again. Do the next month. There we go. Now we're at 9.89. Yes. This is essentially the entirety of the game. What you're seeing right here. This absolute percentage error doesn't goddamn matter. Neither does a stupid tracking signal. No one cares. This is the only thing that matters. You're just chasing the previous month and trying to readjust. And that's really it. When we come into our past decisions, we can see what did we pick and what did we have sales for, and we can compare that to the month above. These will be helpful, like I said, in the second year, but this is essentially the entire game. So let me fast forward. You're going to watch this play through, and well, we'll see how I do at the end of the game. Okay, so we're back now, and you can see I made a super error here. My MAPE just went up a lot because I got overzealous and I got overconfident in my sales, and I was playing it very conservatively from what you saw in the fast forward, but this was on me. So we're going to go back to not being super greedy, and we're just going to keep playing it safe. So let's go back to our 9,300, and you can see we're heading into a downward trend now. So let's do 1750, and let's do 603. Let's do 590. Okay, let's go back to fast forwarding. Now that we're back in January, we can see the result of our decisions, and we can go into the calendar, look at our last 12 months and kind of get a gauge of the graph and see how exactly it went. It looks like our standard bell curve on all three, well, first two for sure, maybe not for premium. But yeah, I'll be moving into this 12-month graph now. So we're into January. We're going to be calculating February. You can see the changes I made. We're still well under our 10%, so we're good there. We just have to make it through the rest of the year. Okay, wow, I super screwed up there. That was bad. That was really bad. I undershot that immensely. So that was 9,700. What was our January prediction from last year? January was 8,700, and this past one yeah, that's on me. I should have definitely checked this out beforehand, but we'll make our adjustments going forward. So we can see we're in a peak demand period of 9,700. So let's put 10,200. Our mid-grade, what was our mid-grade at? We put 18, we had 1828. So let's do that at, we're just actually going to say 1828. That'll get us in the ballpark of the next one. And then 609, we're just going to put 599, and we're going to hit go. There we go. That's better. Look at that. 707. Perfect. So our forecasting is well on the mark. You can see at the top also, I have calls and I have text messages. Notice how I'm not going to any of them because they don't matter. Vivian will not shut the hell up if she's an annoying bitch. And these text messages are from a bunch of other losers who have no bearing on my work or how I get results. And therefore they can go to hell too. Okay, back to the game. Close now. You know what? Based on these numbers, I feel comfortable just letting this roll. $10,500. We'll do 10,625. Whoa, way too much. 10,625. We'll do just 1,900 even, and we'll do 660. We'll do 645. These are good. I'm going to let them roll. Okay, so we're into June now. We're heading into a high period. It looks like a higher period, a much higher period. So June goes into July. I feel like we'd be safe if we did chase this a little bit. So let's do 11,700. Let's do 2,200. Was that? What was that? Yeah, 2,000. Let's do 2,350. And let's do 800. This is ambitious. Okay. Yeah, we got it. I still feel comfortable with this rolling for August. Yeah, I feel comfortable with these numbers for August. Let's hit it one more time. 7.28, 7.6. Okay, we went up a little bit, but that's because now we're heading into a downward trend again. So let's start dialing these way back. We can see August. If we go into our past month, we can see August from back here. We did 10,700. We can see we did 10,700 last year of actual demand. So knowing that, we also had 2,000 and we had 672. So let's go into September. September, we had 93, 1750, and 590. If we look back at September of last year, we can see we had 8815. We had 1653, and we had whatever the hell this was, 551. So we undershot, but if we come to this 8815, we did 8815 in this past month. We did 10,000. I would feel comfortable maybe doing 10,300. I would feel comfortable at 10,300. If we look at this, we can do 2015. I feel comfortable at 1925 and 672. I would just feel comfortable at a straight 600. Okay, punch it. Close, close. Much better, much better. We undershot a little bit, but that's fine. That's what we actually want. So I would actually feel comfortable leaving these again. So 7.46, 7.43. Yep, we can let it ride. 2 more months. It doesn't matter. I would have to put like an extra 0 at this point to not hit my 10%. And we can see we're good there. So 1,700. We're heading into a downward. We're heading into a downward for sure. So let's do 1,599. Let's do 600, 590. Well, we crushed that. That's fine. And this was what? We said 10,300. We did 9,400. So I would feel very comfortable doing 89.99. Okay. Punch it. 7.28. It's going down. We'll ride it to the end. And we are good. Let's go into our summary. Let's take a look. So congratulations, you have met and far exceeded the MAPE goal of the forecasting model. Your work is pretty well. So we got our bonus and we got our contract extension right there. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If it helped you, hey, hit that sub button. If it didn't help you, hey, hit that sub button. Leave a comment. If they change these games in the future and these videos don't sync up with what you're seeing on the screen, do shoot me an email. I would be happy to help you out and update these videos, because I think Pearson is a stupid company, and therefore I will keep making these videos to help everyone else out. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. My name has been Arif. I hope these videos helped you, and I'll see all of you on the next video.